Having a fat face sucks. Trust me, I know this because my face used to be so fat to the point where I was known as Snorlax. But I managed to completely transform the way my face looks, and it wasn't by following any of that looks maxing crap that's out there online. In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how I lost all of my face fat and how you can do the same. But first up, let me make something clear. There are no exercises that can specifically target your face fat. Your body doesn't work that way. There's no amounts of face yoga, weird exercises, or jaw trainers that are going to target just your face fat. Face fat is the same as belly fat, arm fat, leg fat, back fat, any kind of fat. Your genetics determine where your fat is stored and where you lose it from first. For most people, face fat is actually one of the last places your body releases fat from. So what are the real solutions to losing your fat face then? Firstly, you need to lose overall body fat. This one is the most important one. When you lose body fat, your face is going to get leaner. For men, you will see noticeable facial definition at around 14 to 18% body fat, with the most dramatic changes occurring in the 9 to 13% range. The only way to reduce body fat is to be in a calorie deficit. So you have to do this over a long enough period of time if you want to see changes in your face. Firstly, you need to work out what your maintenance calories are using a TDEE calculator. And then you're going to want to create a 500 calorie deficit per day. That's going to allow you to lose 1 pound of body fat per week, and before you know it, that will make changes to your face. You should also prioritize walking everywhere. Walking is one of the most underrated fat loss strategies, and it will do wonders for losing that face fat. You should aim for a minimum of 10,000 steps per day. That's going to burn an extra 300 to 500 calories per day, and it's low impact on the joints, and it's the easiest form of cardio out there. I used to hate walking, but once you do it regularly, it honestly becomes not even cardio, it's a leisure activity that just happens to burn a bunch of calories. Something a lot of people don't talk about is that face fat can sometimes be mistaken for face bloating, and this can happen due to water retention and really high sodium intake, which can cause your face to look puffy and bloated. Foods that are high in sodium can cause your body to retain more water because your body is actively trying to balance out the water to sodium ratio. You probably noticed after you've gone out for a meal before, let's say you had a pizza or a Chinese, that the next day your face is looking really bloated. And that's because the average restaurant meal contains 3 times more sodium than a home cooked one. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying sodium is bad. We need sodium to function. It is so important for hydration, but when you overdo it, your face is going to look fat. Alcohol is the absolute worst offender of all when it comes to facial bloating for 2 reasons. One, it's a diuretic, which means it dehydrates you, causing your body to overcompensate and hold on to water. And secondly, it's an inflammatory that causes your face to swell. Cutting back on alcohol can dramatically change the way your face looks in just 7 to 10 days. Sleep is also crucial. When you're not getting enough sleep, your cortisol rises, which causes your body to, again, retain more water, which is why when you have a bad night's sleep, you wake up and you're really puffy around the eyes. But ironically, dehydration is one of the biggest causes of facial bloat. When you don't drink enough water, your body goes into what I'd describe as a drought mode, and it tries to retain as much water as it possibly can. And where does that water go? Mostly to your belly and to your face. Simply drinking 2 to 3 liters of water a day can dramatically reduce facial bloating. When your body recognizes that water is plentiful, guess what? It stops holding on to it. This one's slightly more unconventional, but getting the right haircut can change the way your face looks completely. I'll use myself as an example here. When I was getting my haircut way shorter on the top, my face looked fat like this. And when I changed my haircut, I started getting shorter on the sides and longer on the top, and that made my face look a lot slimmer. Everyone's facial shape is different though, so experiment with different haircuts. Find people online that have a similar facial structure to you and see what haircuts work for them and try it on yourself. Also, if you're someone who has a really weak jawline, a small beard like a stubble can really help. It can create an illusion and shadows to make you look like you have a slimmer face. You can also try out some facial exercises. Whilst you can't spot reduce fat from this, when you start losing fat, if you have stronger facial muscles, your face is going to look a lot slimmer and a lot sharper. There are 2 simple practices that you can do for this. Firstly, chewing gum. The face has muscles in it that work like any other muscles. When they're worked, they grow. So naturally, chewing gum is going to strengthen the muscles around your face and your jaw. To do this, simply grab yourself some sugar-free chewing gum or some mastic gum and start chewing for around 15 to 20 minutes per day. Alternate sides for balanced development, and slowly build up towards 30 to 45 minutes per day. Don't do more than 45 minutes per day though, as this can cause jaw aches and TMJ issues. While the effects may be more subtle than losing fat, these small things add up and it can change the way your face looks completely. The second method that you can use is nasal breathing. Many people habitually breathe through their mouths, which can negatively impact facial development and appearance. Mouth breathing can often lead to a slackened jaw position, less defined facial features, and weaker facial muscles, hence the term mouth breather. Nasal breathing promotes proper jaw and facial muscle engagement and helps maintain appropriate tongue position, which over time can improve facial structure. Not only that, but it actually improves your sleep quality and recovery through better oxygen utilization. To make the switch to nasal breathing, first consciously practice throughout the day. If you're someone who wakes up with drool on your pillow, or if your girlfriend's telling you that you're snoring through your mouth when you're sleeping, you can also try mouth tape, which is specifically designed for exactly that. Remember though, these practices are just an add-on to losing overall body fat. The foundation is still overall body fat reduction. No amount of chewing gum, mouth tape, nasal breathing, or facial exercises is going to make your face look less fat if you have high body fat. With that being said, you need to set realistic expectations. Facial fat is often the last place we lose it in because your body prioritizes fat loss in other areas. For most people, it's going to take 3 months of consistent fat loss to see noticeable changes in your face. Your genetics also play a huge role in this. Some people just hold fat in their face and it's unfortunate. I've seen people that are 11-12% body fat and they've still got pretty chubby faces. It just is what it is, but for 99% of people, when you lose body fat, your facial structure is going to dramatically change. Don't get discouraged if you don't see progress instantly. Take pictures of the front of your face and the side of your face weekly, because stepping on the scale and seeing your weight drop isn't going to reflect changes in your face. So now let me break down exactly how you can put all of what I just said into action so you can start seeing results for yourself. Calculate your maintenance calories using a TDE calculator and then work out what a 500 calorie deficit is for you. That is then your target amount of calories that you're going to intake every single day. And also download MyFitnessPal so you can properly track this. Don't do any of that guessing bullshit. You need to track what you're eating. Next, commit to 10K steps every single day as a non-negotiable. Set reminders. Go for walks on your lunch break. Go for walks in your free time. Just walk throughout the day. Walk to restaurants, walk to the gym. Just walk everywhere. I will preach this until the day I die. It is the most easy form of cardio. It's low impact, it's not that intense, and anyone in the entire world can do 10K steps per day. When it comes to your diet, it's so simple. Reduce your processed food intake, reduce your alcohol intake, and drink 2 to 3 liters of water every single day. Get in a habit of reading food labels for high sodium content and cook your food at home. In all honesty, this can change the way your face looks in just a few days. Go to the barber and get a haircut that suits your facial structure. And if you have a weak jawline, consider strategic facial hair to enhance your jawline. These simple changes will create an illusion of a slimmer face whilst you actually work on losing your facial fat. And like I said, make sure you're tracking your progress consistently. Take pictures of the front and the sides of your face weekly. Like I said, stepping on the scale is not going to show changes in your face. And be patient. Noticeable facial changes is going to take 2 to 3 months for most people. So there you have it. Losing facial fat isn't difficult, it just requires consistent effort. Don't waste time on any of the bullshit gimmicks, just stick to the fundamentals and I promise you, your face will completely change. If you want more guides on how to lose overall fat and not just face fat, check out my other videos where I have all the information you could ever need on how to structure your diet, your training, your recovery, and everything else if you want to lose fat. You can also check out the link in the description if you're interested in working one-on-one with me. Other than that, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.